Everyone, I wanted to go live today. I know that we're all probably busy tonight and probably busy tomorrow. I know a lot of tomorrow for me and my family will be celebrating my grandpa's birthday. So I wanted to take some time personally today to check out what I needed for the 3-day refresh and kind of make a plan so I'm not stuck not knowing what to do in a situation. If you're going to invest in this, then, if you're like me, this is it's not a cheap detox, but it's an amazing detox in a sense that, you get what you pay for. So I wanted to walk through the steps and kind of what I have and what explain it a little bit. I apologize in advance for some screaming in the background, just in case. But so basically, I have everything kind of laid out in front of me just to make sure I have everything ready and kind of be able to take a chance this afternoon before we have our little celebration tonight to see what I need and what I need to run to the store and grab. So basically for 3 days, you are detoxing your body, ridding it of all toxins, and it's an experience. It's an eventful 3 days. If you are used to a lot of caffeine, you might have a little bit of a caffeine withdrawal. That's good for you, but it might cause a little bit of a headache. That's okay. You might be a little bit tired at first because your body is getting rid of all of this that you have kind of possibly kind of made your body crave and feel like it needs. So it's all good. You will notice eventually that you start to sleep very soundly, and you will probably also, by that first morning that it's over, you will feel completely refreshed. It's a different mix of emotions and things that happen throughout your body throughout these 3 days. So don't be alarmed. Don't give up. It is, it's very, very worth it. So I wanted to walk through the steps of the 3-day refresh. When you wake up, the very first thing you want to do is drink about 8 to 10 ounces of water. So what I do is, honestly, I just fill up either my Shakeology cup. Molly, just a second, okay? Can you go sit down for me? I'm talking to my friends real quick. You'll want to drink 8 to 10 ounces of water. This actually has 17. If you use your Shakeology cup, then that actually has the ounces on the side for you. So, if you like cold water, that's kind of what gets me going in the morning and feeling refreshed every morning. So I just have it ready in my refrigerator the night before, and I just grab it out and start drinking it as I'm getting ready. For me personally, the hardest part was to not also be drinking a cup of coffee, but it's 3 days. If we can do without something for 3 days. It's all in your mind. It might be hard, but it's possible. So get that water first thing in the morning, and then for breakfast, what I do is I actually have this out. This is my little banana thing, because we are out of bananas, and that is one thing that I noticed today that I need to go get at the store. So I'm going to go do that here in a little bit. Guys, stop. Seriously, go in your room for a minute. And what I do is I add some fruit to my Shakeology. And honestly, since I'm drinking greenberry right now, I probably will actually add some strawberries to that because it tastes like Starburst to me. So that's what I'll have for breakfast is my Shakeology with one fruit serving, and at the back of your book it actually gives fruit options, so go ahead and take a look through this today to kind of see what your options are. And it says all fruits should be fresh, so if I want to do the strawberries, I would just add a a cup of strawberries to my greenberry shake. However, if I wanted to do my cafe latte shake, then I would probably add a half of a banana to it. So just depending on what your fruit and what kind of flavor Shakeology you have, that will be your breakfast. So let's see. That gets you through your first thing in the morning, your breakfast. Then what I like to do is pack in my box by day, just so I make sure I put things in order. So this is a green tea. It's an organic green tea bag, and I drink that mid-morning, about an hour or so, hour and a half after my shake. And then I have a mid-morning, about an hour after that tea, fiber sweet. This is something that you will want to have your water prepared. You know, honestly, I bring a little blender with me to work because I like it blended a little bit better, but you don't have to. So what I'll do, probably when I am at work, just for that one day this week, while I'm on the refresh, is just tear this open, pour it in the water that's already prepared, about 8 ounces or so, and literally chug it. This is a fiber sweep. So if you look through your book, it talks about, you know, how if you don't have a high fiber diet, you know, it might be a good idea a couple days before to kind of add in some fiber so it's not a shock to your gut. It may cause a little bit of bloating, it may cause a little bit of gas, but that's all normal just because your body's not used to possibly the amount of fiber that your body should have each day. So don't be alarmed at that. Also, because of that bloating, if you do experience, I didn't experience this because I have enough fiber in my diet already. So if you do experience this, I've had a lot of people in the past a little bit frustrated after 3 days because they feel bloated and they didn't lose as much weight as they wanted to. You know, 4 pounds isn't enough in 3 days, which is really huge. I'm just joking, but I have heard of these situations before. Give yourself another day or two to kind of get your body used to it, and then the weight actually comes off sometimes a couple days later. Everybody's different on this program. So after that fiber sweep, about an hour after that, at least an hour, you want to wait between. Don't do like, you know, 30 minutes. Make sure it's at least an hour after each one, and it goes through this in your program. For lunch, what I have, and it's kind of funny, actually, I start off with my Vanilla Fresh. This is before lunch and dinner. This is your Vanilla Fresh, and what I do is I add in a fruit to it. So here's an apple, and I just have that cut up already. And what I do is this is kind of a large apple, so I actually use just a little bit less than a half of this apple cut up, and I blend it into that Vanilla Fresh shake. And I drink that first before I start eating, because when you actually eat for lunch, you have a vegetable and a healthy fat. So I stocked up. I have cucumbers. So swinging that around. I have cucumbers. That is what I eat for my afternoon snack and my lunch. And what I do is I cut them up ahead of time. I have them ready with me, and I actually have a cup of cucumbers, and I believe it is, I always forget, hope my phone doesn't die, 2 tablespoons of hummus. So I actually get original hummus. Personally, I just got it from Hy-Vee, and I just got 2 things because they were like 2 for $4, something like that. But that's what I have for lunch. And then an hour later, I have the same thing without the Vanilla Fresh shake. And it is another cup of cucumbers, and I dip it in my 2 tablespoons of hummus. Then I go another hour, and I wait, and I have an afternoon tea. And then, you know, a little bit later, an hour, couple hours later, I have another Vanilla Fresh for dinner. Mixed in with that half of an apple, blended, lots of water. You can add ice if you want to make it kind of you know, I think they're pretty good. I think they're kind of tasty. So it's not bad. Then what you do is, depending on what you have for dinner, there are dinner recipes in the back. And there is a veggie stir fry, a lemony green beans recipe, coconut steamed veggies, roasted asparagus with almonds, spinach salad. That's very popular. It's like a spinach salad with red bell pepper, cucumber, tomato, olive juice, or not olive juice, olive oil, lemon juice, carrot seaweed medley, kale with pine nuts, cucumbers and tomato salad, and Moroccan carrot salad. My go-to for these 3 days, and I'll tell you after 3 days, I am so sick of it, but it's so worth it because my body is feeling a lot better, is what I do is I get these organic frozen bell peppers, and I take about a half a cup of bell peppers. I take a half cup of organic green beans, and I take a half cup of sliced up organic carrots, put it in some organic vegetable broth, and grate it with ginger and saute it kind of in garlic as well. So that's my dinner, and if you are absolutely still hungry, you can take a cup of this organic vegetable broth and drink that. The thing is, you need to be drinking a lot of water throughout the day, and that is not including the water in your shakes. So, let's see. Then you can have another evening tea about an hour and a half or so after dinner. If you absolutely need sweetener, the only added sweetener I would ever recommend adding to anything besides honey or maple syrup, as long as it's pure, is a stevia sweetener, and you can find that at Aldi, anywhere, but that's the best place that I've found that, and I actually add that to homemade ice cream if I ever add any sugar to ice cream at all. So that, I just wanted to show you kind of what my day looks like for 3 days. Like I said, not easy, but worth it, and you feel amazing at the end. I couldn't believe I lost 6.5 pounds in 3 days, and that totally kick-started my next program, so I'm really pumped for that to kickstart Core de Force for me personally, and for some of you, the 21-day fix or Country Heat, something like that. So that's what my days look like. It doesn't have to look the exact same for you. Check out this program guide. It gives a lot of great information, and honestly, take it with you. You know, wherever you go, make sure you're prepared. That's what it's all about, is being prepared and ready and having things, you know, cut up and measured out and things like that, so it's easy, because it's very easy if it's not already done and prepared that you could easily mess something up. So take a look at the fruit options. You don't have to do the exact same fruit options that I do. You don't have to do the same exact healthy fats or veggies that I did. There's so many different options. Another popular one is celery with like almond butter for your healthy fat and your veggie. That's a very popular one as well. So that's up to you. Check it out. I have found a newfound love of hummus ever since my last 3-day refresh. Chase, come here. And you don't have to use the same exact dinner recipe as me, but that is just easy for me. I always have those supplies, and it's very easy to just whip up real quick. And I can even add a little bit of chicken and feed that to my family, and it still be something that they enjoy. Maybe even a little. Okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to explain it in a video for you, because I know the first time I did this, I was just kind of like, oh my goodness, what am I looking at? What am I doing? So take today or tomorrow and make sure you're prepared. Start adding in a little bit of fiber, like with a salad or something like that today or tomorrow, to your diet, to kind of add in and increase a little bit of your fiber intake, so it's not as much of a shock to your body when you are eating the recommended amount that your body needs for fiber. So Thank you guys for checking this out. Sorry it's so long, but I wanted to go a little bit in depth, like I said, so you're not as clueless as I was the first time. Preparation is key, and we can do this. I look forward to seeing how much weight or how many pounds our whole group loses all together. I think that would be an amazing kind of an experiment to do all together. So I appreciate you guys going on this journey with me, and I look forward to talking to you soon.